Well, hello. Yeah, jamming out there, Darin.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Yeah,
it's hard not to. Every time we
yeah,
do an episode, it just gets me pumped up, it gets me ready. It
yeah,
seems silly, I know, but I'm a music guy,
yeah.
so it's like I'm sitting there just
Yeah, we need
jamming,
we
ready to go.
we need to make that longer than 10 seconds.
Yeah, yeah, or maybe, like, we get a good lead into it, so, like, we get the countdown with it kinda
Mhm,
thumping, and then, like, it's
mhm.
still going, and
Right.
our video's up, and we're ready to go. Just feels like it'd
Mhm.
be a good intro.
Yeah. Well, we can, I don't know. We got I'll throw an agent at it and see if I can get
Yeah,
updated.
let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do. How are you? Happy Friday.
Yeah, happy Friday. I've been busy. I don't know, it's Explorer's coming up soon, lots of deadlines, lots of things.
Yeah.
So, I'm tired, boss. It hasn't even happened yet. That's what's going on. And then also, just constantly expanding the Kuhn Labs data center hosting business. Seems to
Yeah.
be seems to be getting like it's well, like, I could invest in GPUs. And that's just kind of like investing in gold at this point. So that's good.
At least you know
Diversifying
that the
my portfolio.
GPUs well, and the GPUs that are coming into Kuhn Labs, they appreciate and value. Like, you're already
Yes.
seeing that over and over. So, hey, I
Yeah.
mean, look at it as an investment. It's an investment
Hmm.
not just in education and the Kuhn Labs service provider business, but also, yeah,
Hmm.
you're investing in GPUs.
Yeah.
Resell them,
Just
for your kids' college futures.
Yeah, and now I'm like, I got all these 3090s. What do I do with them? Do I hold on to them for another 6 months and like they'll be like 3 grand a piece or what? I don't know, but
Never
they're
know.
already creeping up at the 1700 mark, which is wow. So
Yeah.
I expect this little release to happen today. It'll probably drive that price up even higher. And
Come
I
on.
guess yeah, it's Qwenmas if you're following the AI Twitter these days, or AI X, or I don't know, it's still weird to call it X, but um yeah, Qwen just dropped, I don't know, like two I maybe I don't know, not long ago, like less than 2 or 3 hours ago.
Yeah.
Their latest Qwen 3.8 27B parameter model. So they launched their big one a couple days ago, but that's it's pretty big for most people. And I don't think most people are going to try to run that unless you just have a lot of GPUs. But yeah,
Right.
27B's been like the workhorse of the AI scene. There's been a lot of derivatives of it, a lot of post train fine tuning, a lot of really interesting things have been done with that model. And now 3.8's been launched and it's open weights. Open, everyone's happy about that. There's no funny license attached to it. There's a brief time where people were concerned that Qwen was going to like not open weight their models anymore, and they didn't launch a 3.7, so they went from 3.6 to 3.8 and just skipped 3.7. But they did have 3.7 on their API and stuff. So a lot of rejoicing, a lot of people testing it out now. So I got that running. Hopefully it was running. I'm gonna double check. Got a planned deployment happening there for that, and also. Lots of folks have been probably why the Blackwell Pro 6000s have gone up so much in price is because of the DeepSeek V4 Flash 0731 tag version
Mhm.
model. They dropped that at the end of July, and that's been really performant too. So we've had some really strong open weight models happening throughout the day, and or that's the last past really month or so, but like it feels
Right.
like every day now there's just I am I say this a lot probably, but the models are dropping very fast, very frequently now, and I think it's interesting. Fable's still kind of like at that benchmark, but the other labs are starting to get really close to it. But if you think about it, like Anthropic's been sitting on that for a while,
Yep,
right?
a
So
little
like
bit.
Mythos was originally announced in February, so it's like, what are they sitting on, right? Like, so it's like they're catching up, and then Anthropic, and then I saw a leak of like OpenAI might have like two new models coming called like Zinc and something else in
Oh,
between
really?
the
I hadn't heard that.
six. Yeah, so there's a lot of it's just I feel like it's just gonna be constantly like you'll just see 2 or 3 models drop every day now, and
Yeah.
it's just it'll be a lot to keep up with. But this model in particular, I think will be interesting to test with.
You've already got it running on Kuhn Labs?
Yeah, I mean, I
On
haven't
top of the platform, ready to rock?
yet, but my agents tell me it's been deployed and it's done a little performance test, and now I'm just running an update the plan to make the plans live. I've not yet officially announced it in the Kuhn Labs channel. I did announce DeepSeek not too long ago because that came live this morning. That took a little bit of let's just say massaging to get going. There's some open issues on different PRs around different things, and that's a much larger model to deal with. So, and yeah, it's running, it's fine, everything's good, and then we'll have Qwen here, and then I'll pretty much be maxed out from a GPU and power capacity here until I shut some things off. Or I don't think I can really buy anything else unless I become a power grid myself. So, yeah, we'll be here for a while.
Power
I think
company
I got plenty of capacity. Yeah.
The power company hasn't come knocking yet. Like, hey, what in the world are you doing out of your basement here?
No. I mean, I'm not drawing that much power. It's just more I'm at a situation where like I really need to go to 240 volt power, and freedom power is not great for the most computer parts, and then going to that means like replacing all my UPS systems, and that's not cheap.
No,
and
no, it's not.
Yeah. So and then getting all the new circuits rewired, and then it gets to the point where like, then will the generator hold the load? Because I could get to a point where I could get yeah. So I might as well just build a data center for real at this point. But hey, one day, right?
One day.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
so yeah,
that's my rambling. That's what's been going on with the Kuhn Labs model hosting services here.
Well, and I think the cool part about it is like, especially from a Kuhn Lab standpoint, and like you are a service provider to many of us inside of the Tanzu team, and the beauty of this is the fact that you're actually hosting all of these models and you are serving all of these models through Tanzu platform. And that's a little bit of what we get to talk about today. Is you've got this Qwen model running in Tanzu platform.
Yep,
and DeepSeek as well. And we're gonna show it off today.
Yeah.
Side note,
go ahead.
Side note, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but I just looked up at the top of the screen. We're at episode 94.
Yes.
6 episodes until 100.
We'll have to bring Nicky back for sure.
Nicky's got to come back. Yeah.
I gotta invite him more often too. But it doesn't help that these aren't super well orchestrated planned either. So
yeah.
We gotta
do Wanted Explore for sure.
Yeah,
I think that needs to happen.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You'll be here. You'll be in the real life, right?
I will be there in real life. Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, and plus it's Vegas, so I'm sure we should do it from the Sphere or something. I don't know. It'd be hilarious.
Oh, dude, that'd be sick. But yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I doubt they'll let us. But anyway, I'll bring some gear. I got a banner. That's not fun to travel with, but. We're figuring it out.
I'm sure that's true.
I took it to Germany last year, so it wasn't terrible. It wasn't ideal either, but it made it back. It's got a few dents in it, but I need to get a better case for it. So
yeah.
Yes,
cool.
Enough.
What do you want to show us today? Yeah,
lots of bantering. But I guess talk a little bit about. So, like, I guess. We have this concept, right? Bring your own harness. And in the model in the AI landscape, we have new models every day getting on, and then everybody's making their own harness now. We have our own Tanzu agent build pack harness, and you call it a harness, but I think it's more of a more of an assistant, like a general purpose agent type of assistant versus like some harnesses are very specifically geared towards like coding, like a Claude Code or Codex or whatever. That's more like, hey, I'm going to be coding stuff versus like, hey, I'm more like a OpenClaw or Hermes or like a like a chat GPT work or like a whatever the Claude work thing's called. Like there's like more of like they're different interfaces, but there's both like agents on the back end. It's just like one's like, hey, we're gonna write a bunch of code, or like the other one's like, hey, can you like schedule some stuff for me? Like I like it's I guess the human interface, like it's like the normie versus like developer interface type of thing. So um and I've seen some updates on that. So we'll, I can't share them yet, but we're making progress there. But a great, like we had the open code. I showed the open code in like integration with the Tanzu AI services last show with the Laguna poolside model, which came out, which I still have running, still very fast. But that kind of got me thinking. I was like, hey, like, what if I just made a build pack for that open code thing? Because it can run in server mode. It can run headless. And like you always have this, everyone has been doing the Claude codes or whatever. It's always, the human like pictures on the internet, like, oh, I gotta take my Mac around, but I can't, God forbid I close the lid and shut down all my sessions, right? Like, oh, that's not great. So like one way to get around that is to have like a cloud-based agent type of thing. A pretty cool thing is that we got Tanzu platform, and it's really easy to spin up, like these sandbox, like these agents in in our hardened environment, right? Because it's, before the AI, like Tanzu platform has been this very well hardened container system for quite some time. And you've done some like papers and blog posts and stuff about that, and like I think we've had DMZ on there as well, like talking about how like there's like network isolation, there's container isolation, there's all these things and all these kind of contracts and things that you can consume from the platform to make your harness a little bit easier. One, to make it really easy to deploy, right? And then two, wrap it in services. Like, and this is kind of obviously more for the enterprise folks, like services, right? Like where like you want to run these, you want to run them secure, like you want to maybe potentially try to block them from the internet, potentially trying to block them from, like, I don't know, like accessing Artifactory and like writing notes for other agents, like the whole like OpenAI Hugging Face incident type of thing, which is fascinating and terrifying all at the same time. But yeah, you want to kind of provide some guardrails to help kind of secure those agents. And then also like, it's more, I'm less concerned about like the agent swarm becoming sentient and taking over the world, or more just like, the agent doing an rm-rf on my machine and like deleting everything right now. Obviously, if that's in your on a like a container on the line on Tanzu platform, we can just push that up and run it, and if it blows itself up, it's just like, okay, whatever, just redeploy it, it's fine, you didn't like lose all your files, right? So that's one thing I'm pretty interested in to follow on and see where that goes. So another great thing. And then also like if it's hosted like on the interwebs or whatever, like you could like hit it from your phone, right? And like, need to wrap some auth around that and make it so it's not like open to the world. But these are all the benefits of hosting an agent on a platform, and versus just like your MacBook, and then your Mac drops off the internet or loses connection, and everything pauses, you're sad. Agents lost time, that type of thing.
Well, and I think that's the benefit of exactly a platform, and having an enterprise platform, because it is increasingly popular to run. I've got a Mac Mini sitting here on my desk. You and I've talked about it a couple of times. I should really actually start doing something with it. But like I've seen more and more though of like people, hey, I remote into it from my phone, and can go tell an agent to go handle a couple of different things, or perform specific tasks for me. And honestly, it's not something that we necessarily think about from a reliability standpoint. Like, hey, when I do depend on that for more tasks, when I've got more Kuhn labs like users and things like that are out there, I want something that's going to be more resilient. I need something that is more enterprise scale, enterprise class, and being able to reach it from anywhere. And almost like, hey, I'm going out to Claude. Well, instead of going to Claude, I'm going to a model that's sitting on my service provider and or my enterprise or my Kuhn labs, and utilizing that instead.
Yes. Sorry, I lost.
It's okay.
I was trying to pull my screen up, but I'm like, where did that browser go? And then I was like, oh no, I moved StreamYard. I'm like, am I muted? I don't know. Like I can't find it to unmute myself. I just had one of these things loaded up here. I was about to I had my screen already ready to go, but
you were ready to go. Yeah.
Yeah, I had this is the problem having 14 Chrome sessions open that you never know which one you need anymore. It was full screen. So that's why it got me. Okay. All right, let's do that. Okay. We're going to do a little side by side here before oh, not that one. Sorry, everyone. It's been a long week. I'm on the wrong screen, and we'll get this going here.
It's been a long week.
Get my rectangles going here, right? Okay. All right, now I think I bring the screen on the line. Exchangegram. I'll blow it up some more.
There we go.
Oh, maybe that's too well. I didn't make hub ginormous. Sorry, guys. All right, it's a challenge. All right, so okay. So open code. So I'm going to exit out of here, and I'm going to reload this bad boy, right? And if you haven't seen open code before, we kind of covered it last time. It's like this open source kind of Claude code like experience. It's one of the popular harnesses of the day, and models. Let's see. Here it is. We'll zoom in a little bit more. It's already picked up this. This is the first message of the Qwen. So happy Qwenmas. Hey, what's up? Let's see if this thing's running. It's gonna be a little bit slower because this is 27B. Oh yeah, all right. It worked. Huzzah. Okay. I can still computer. So I got everyone watching Kuhn Labs. It's live too. You'll get your model announcement after this post or after this session here. But hot off the presses, that deployed. I did use the FP8. There was I did try with the BF16, the full format. It's a little slower, but FP8's a little faster, less degradation. But eventually, I'm sure someone will come up with a Blackwell tune like the NVFP4 format. There is an unsloth version of it, but I was like, I don't know about that. That's just really fast. So we'll see. We'll keep an eye on here, but at least we got something to try with. Okay, so this is kind of like, all right, we created what we did last show, right? We have the same open code now. It's still integrated with our Tanzu services. It auto picked this model up and everything's ready to go. However, if I shut my lid on my laptop and lose the connection, like, no more agent, right? I can't be just coding 24/7, 365, right? Like in this format. And I can't, open my phone and, talk to it and tell it to work at 3 o'clock in the morning when I woke up for some reason. It's not like I don't do that all the time, but, so we got that running. A cool thing though, let me open up a new terminal here. It's command plus turbo screen CF. Let me get some context here. That's a hot skill I have here for switching Cloud Foundry context really quick. If you're interested in that, it's kind of like the Kubernetes CTX command. But let's see if build packs. I've been working on some build packs. Oh boy, that's real big. That's as you can see, I've got a lot of.
Yeah, you got quite a few out there now.
I should have done a grep. Good lord. But I didn't think that was going to be a problem. But anyway, I got some open code build packs out here. I've got some offload. I've got a lot of them. There's been a lot of pipelines running here. But Tanzu provides a base set. The Cloud Foundry ecosystem provides a base set of build packs. And those are, maintained by the community in Tanzu. Like, we patch them and everything, and you can restage them and you get all that goodness. But it's been a long practice. Like, if you're in a very advanced user, you can make your own build pack. And like, hey, you're like, I got this special app thing that does the XYZ. I'm going to build a build pack for that. And you can kind of chain build packs together and like kind of, do a multi build pack deploy if you want like this and that type of thing. Obviously we have the cloud native build packs. You can do a lot of customization there and like layer different things on. And I think that's kind of where things are going in the future. But these are most of these are just V2 build packs, like the traditional Cloud Foundry build pack. But another cool thing is that like you can build your own. you can bring it to your own platform. You have a specific use case. We have partners that have build packs where you like kind of like observability partners, security partners who can like add their partner build pack into your system, and it can do like a special thing like instrument your application or do some security practice stuff or scanning stuff like that. So like the build pack has been this kind of concept that's just been nice. I haven't really thought about it in a long time, and like I went to like the route of like I'm going to build some full BOSH deployments. Like that's a lot of work. And it's like there are a lot to like iterate and a lot of churn. And it's just a lot of tokens to keep those up. And like you could push some of these things just as a common app, but then there's a lot of like things that you may need that's like kind of hard to do just as a CF push without some additional build pack stuff. So build pack is a way to nice, kind of meet in the middle there, right? And now obviously, yeah, if you make your own build pack, it's on you to support it. Like,
Right.
Right. It's not a Cloud Foundry official.
You're not
build
getting
pack,
enterprise support from Tanzu or anybody
exactly.
else.
Yeah. Right.
Yep.
But it's like if you build your own app, it's the same way. But I just, it's fun to experiment this and see what's possible. And this is really kind of see like, hey, like, there's going to be 20 more harnesses, by 2 weeks from now released. It's just, who knows what will be out. But it's really cool to see. Like obviously with all these coding assistants, like it's not that hard to get your own build pack now. It would have been a big ask to create your own build pack from scratch. But there's a lot of examples out there on the internet, about the build packs, how to build them. So it's something that they can pick up pretty easily and say, hey, like how about we make a build pack for XYZ type of thing. So
no, and
anyway.
it's a good reminder because I think that's the other piece of it is like I think it does speed up the process. We talk about one of the big advantages for Tanzu and obviously for Cloud Foundry as a whole is the very concept of the build pack, how it is helping you save time. You're not having to go, compile images and, run everything through, a build pipeline or anything like that, because the build pack is doing all of that for you. And so it makes it very easy to go from code to production in a very quick manner, without extra steps involved. And so it is a good reminder, hey, you can build your own in addition to the ones that we're giving you. But obviously the ones we're giving you, we're putting enterprise support behind, and that obviously has its benefits. But just to save time, it's a great option to remember that you have as well.
Yeah. Well, and that being said, if we go back into the Tanzu hub land, the hub view, we'll make it full screen so it's not so smushed. So we cover the build packs. I've already went and like deployed all this stuff because it would be a lot to try to do on the air, and I got a lot of things in the fire. So I've got two versions of this build pack. There's like the opencode V1, which is like the kind of like the mainline opencode, but like if you follow the opencode guys, they're working on a V2, and it's kind of like in beta, but they're like taking out a beta, and there's some slight nuances there. So, but it's kind of like a big change in opencode. So I started adopting that as well because there's some cool features there, and I think eventually the V1 will be deprecated and V2 will be like the main line and all that jazz. So either way you can do, and I have both deployed. You can kind of see some differences already just in the screens and stuff, but I don't have a whole lot of mileage on V2 yet to see what the big differences are, but I digress. We have the build pack supports both. I've got a kind of Uber deployment where I loaded a lot of tools in there too to like make it a little bit useful, like like some command line utilities and things that the agent will want in there, and that that's one of the benefits of doing the build pack route, because it's like, hey, I want like Git, and I want like curl or grep or whatever, like random like Linux CLI utilities that aren't typically in your like web app or enterprise application, because that would be like not like a security issue, right? It's like, hey, why is your e-commerce server need I don't know, like a random compiler package or something like that? Like you don't need that. But that's kind of another benefit of the build pack. But if we go to like the V2, I'm just going to go into one of these right here. So and we look on the actual opencode build pack. So this is the actual opencode build pack running as an app. I'm going to the topology view, and I'll have to expand this because I already deployed too many services, so I'm not getting the cool mapping there. But one of the benefits that we've talked for about like the MCP gateway and such. So I've got an MCP gateway deployed. I've got 3 MCP servers wired up to the MCP gateway and then wired up to this bad boy. So that's going on. So I got that. I've got secrets with Cred Hub going on. So like another thing that if you're doing the agentic coding, right, the harnesses, like they're going to want your passwords to do stuff. They're going to need passwords to do stuff. And the more access you give it, the better. But it's also like, I hope this thing doesn't go rogue and, type of thing. So typically maybe give it its own set of privilege credentials that like it's scoped to a certain set, that type of thing, or at least that's what you should do. Maybe not all of us do all that, but and then also wired up to the SSO. So like I can use the app SSO service or and then SSO into that and have like a user identity credential, like, and I don't have to like, we don't have to worry about like pass around like this big, because it has a like a web like password thing if you don't have SSO, but nobody wants to have like, type in some random password thing. You just want to use SSO and go who wants to like type a username and password, right? When you can just SSO into it and be secure that way. So that's kind of a quick behind the scenes what's going on. And I have a route there, which I can just browse to. And I want to reopen it here too, just to see. All right, so it's already been deployed and it's ready to go. So, it's very similar here. But it's like running on, if you can't, that won't zoom in because it's in my browser, but it's a route based on my Kuhn lab services here. And we could say, hello. I might have to restage it for it to pick up the new models. Hello. Yeah, this is that new DeepSeek model here. Well, it's like one thing I've noticed too is that the V2 will do like this model card here, and you can see like what the info it's getting. So it's getting it from the Tanzu AI model provider. Inputs text, so it's like a text model, right? And it, reasoning is disabled here, and then the context like this 256K, right? Short for that. So that's useful as well. And then I can see there's an issue with the mapping here where it thinks GPT-OSS 120B only has 8K context. So this if you talk to this guy on this in this version of this, it'll just loop forever because if you don't have like a 10K context or above, like the opencode will just loop and you'll get nowhere. So, but yeah, that's just kind of an example there. And then I think V1 has been deployed over here. So yeah, it's similar process, just that different version, that different build pack, has like the old version of opencode, and we'll go from there. So let's go to back. I think I could just, I'm curious. I'm going to restart it here. Yeah. Oh, okay. I don't want rolling.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Okay. Max in flight. Okay. That's a feature request. Let's do restage, perhaps. How this? I'll just stop it. Stop application.
Stop it and restart it.
Yeah, because of the old apps manager restart was really a stop start, and this is doing the actual rolling restart. So it's like, what do the buttons do really behind the scenes? Stop, and we'll go back here and be like, hey, oh no, it's gone, right? So yeah, yeah, and we'll start it back up and show this as an app going. Okay, well, maybe I shouldn't have done that. This is you get the idea, but I wonder why I couldn't start. Now I'm like, let's do some live debugging here. Something in my environment break?
No, this is actually a great, yeah. I mean, while obviously not ideal for a live demo purpose, it's also a great live demo for what does troubleshooting look like inside of Tanzu platform.
Oh, this is new. The route. So I get my route, my Go routers, and the foundation. That's cool. I always have an alarm on this guy. He's angry, but yeah. And it's going down to my vCenter, which I think I need to refresh those credentials. Let me refresh that. I'm very curious. Do I got logs? This could just be very well that like I've broken something here. So yeah, I'm getting logs. That's another thing too. It's like, hey, you can get logs. What's going on? Health. Request rate. So yeah, you're getting all that too. So if this is getting too busy, usage of that type of thing. There's no usage because it's down, but there. And then the service is here as well. So I'm really curious why that won't start. It's probably because the volume service is like probably interesting. Well, again, this is why this isn't. This is just an experiment here, or what you could do. Interesting. I wonder. No, I got quota there. Okay. Well, I will do a little debugging here off screen, or maybe on screen here. I just need to get a terminal going. Let me find one. I guess I have it right here. Where am I at? I only have the one space. Yeah, this isn't. I wonder. There might be some kind of weird thing where it doesn't like being stopped. Right, yeah, so we're going old school. We're using the CLI.
I see that.
I'm not using an agent to do all my work. What's happening here? Push CF start. I might need to just repush it or something, but interesting. I want to see what happens here.
Yeah.
We'll get the logs. But yeah, I wanted to restart that because that Qwen model landed after this app started up, so it didn't run a query the AI model provider. It wasn't a model to consume yet. But yeah, I'll have to get it benchmarked here too. We'll see if it's timed out. And maybe like a memory setting too. Like I don't have a whole lot of like these are obviously using much more like storage and memory than a normal like app does. So it could be that it's running out of space or something. But it is starting now, and it'll probably take a little while to start because I do have like a lot of things packed in this image. All right, it started. Okay, maybe that's just a weird timing thing. All right. Could also be the volume service was like unbinding and had to rebind. All right. Yeah. Okay. And that's another thing too. Like, so it did pick up like it's like the session state and like the memories and like are stored on the block volume storage, which again isn't a typical thing that we've had in the Cloud Foundry landscape. So like that's another sweet. We've talked about this before, but it's like yeah, it's actually working. Like I actually have storage. So like if like it picked up my old chat history, brought that all back up. Like that would have been like, lost in forever before without that. So you could only just run in memory. So now let's see. Did it pick up the new models here? Might have to turn it on. I see. I just this is different too. In opencode too, you have to like click the enable, right? Like in the provider. And this doesn't help that I'm like mega zoomed in here. Howdy. And I wonder if I set it to vision here. So I think it's only set to text, but Qwen 3.h should do vision. So yeah, it's doing pretty good here. All right, so cool. All right, let's see. What tools do, oh boy, I can't type. And it should have like some MCPs and stuff bound to it, I think. File code. Yeah, it's got the GitHub MCP server that we were talking about. Secret. So it's got the CredHub MCP server and then other like the web search. So yeah, so like search the web and get the latest news on AI stuff for this week. Stuff like that. So we'll see. We'll see what it comes back with. I'm thinking, see if we can, August 2026. All right. Close enough. And that's another thing too, is that I've noticed with like some of these newer models, like we're talking about before, where like some of them like just don't know how to like, if you give it like a fetch tool, like they don't really use it well without like, like, oh, I don't know. But like look at this DeepSeek model I was using earlier, which I used to write the title and description of everything of this episode. This is like one of the first local models. So I was just like, hey, let's just, this is what I normally do in a premier AI system. What can this open model do for me? And I think it got pretty well. I had to ask it a couple times, but it's pretty starting fresh from little context. So I had to warm up a bit, but yeah, I wonder what's going on here. We'll see if it's thinking. It could have like OOM'd and I haven't tested this web search fail.
Yeah,
okay, thinking. We'll see what happens. Well, I wonder what failed on it. Okay. All right. So it's trying to call the gateway. Quick search. Interesting. It could be that the MCP server's down, or could this be that this model isn't great at this, but it should. We'll see. And a lot of this too is I spun this up for this demo, but have not thoroughly tested this yet because this is all this is like the paint still drying, running down the wall. Yeah. Like this bottle is brand new. I just like it just loaded. Doesn't work. I have no idea. But hey, I think this is the fastest time to deployment in Kuhn Lab. So I usually take a few days, but I've never deployed the day of the release, let alone like hours after the release.
Or never done a CF weekly right after either. We've done that before.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but I did save a GPU for this model because it's like I think I'm gonna want a GPU open for this thing. I think it's gonna be pretty good. So we'll see. Maybe it's not very good. I don't know. Mixed results, perhaps. Maybe it's all just benchmarks. Who knows? But yeah, that's kind of a quick view of like the power of bring your own harness. Now, obviously, you could bring other harnesses, and you can like then now that you're in like this secure runtime, right? Like or this kind of orchestrated runtime. Yeah, it's not really liking this web search thing. Yeah, web fetch. It's going. It's trying web fetch skill. We'll see. Well, let's let it. Oh, search is failing. But okay, it's fetching. Okay, it's going there. It's still working on the thing. Well, I'll just let it think. It could also be like an extreme thinking mode, which I don't know if I set that or not, but it's probably got a lot of thinking. I wonder, can we see those? No, you can't see those. Sometimes you can, where it's just very. I was gonna say
it would be kind of cool to see what it's going through. Yeah,
it's cool, but it's also like terrifying sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't know what any of these things are. I wonder if this is just all hallucination here.
I was gonna say none of this news looks very. Yeah,
I mean, this is just like every day.
Yep.
I don't know what is the day. What day is it? I think they just made all this up. I don't know, but DeepSeek was rocking. It was crushing it. So maybe we'll have to go back to that, or maybe a new tab. Oh, okay. Well, so it knows what day it is. Okay. What maybe what happened this week? This week in the news around AI. What was a popular model release today? Does it know about itself launching today? There, model. Yeah, maybe this we need a little bit more fine tuning here. It could also be that I have some parameter set that's like killing it, but yeah, it's running, it's responding. Is it optimal? Who knows? Do I have a bad version of it? Maybe. I mean, like, I feel like that's gonna come back solid. Like, yeah. So Gemini announced what happened this week. GCP launched. What was it? Flash 3.7. So they launched a new model. I think that was yesterday. I don't know. It's hard to say, but we'll see. Like, can it figure out that it was released today? That's probably the biggest news for today. Okay. Gemini 3.7 Flash. Yeah, that did.
Yep.
Claude's on it. Oh, I can't read it. It's going too fast. Muse. Okay, that's solid. Nematron. Yeah, there's a new Nematron. And then there was rumors of new Nematron 4. Oh yeah, here we go. Right, coming tomorrow. Okay, well, it's a little slightly confused about today or today. Tomorrow or today, but it came. It's already And then 5. That dropped overnight as well. So these this is Grok. Yeah. Oh my. So I mean, I guess this is a great example of like what just keeping up with the stuff is exhausting. So yes, overnight, and it is a little confusing too because like the Chinese models all release typically, or they will sometimes release typically when we're asleep on the East Coast, right? So like they announced 5.3 overnight. And it does score like the bench say that's really close in some of these frontier models. So that's very interesting. DeepSeek V4 Pro did launch. And it was a little expensive in the Flash. So that's solid. Grok 4.6. Yep. That Yeah, that's solid. Yeah, and then Medic got back in the game this week with Glimmer. So yeah, that's good. I haven't tested that out yet. I need to, but it would be good head to head, this model versus Glimmer, because those are similar weight classes. And then Nematron dropped 3.5 and talked about 4. And then tomorrow or today, this model itself launched. So yeah. So I mean that's all pretty solid. I'm not really sure about any of this other. Yeah, there was a DeepMind leadership shakeup, that type of stuff. So I'll give that pretty good solid. Like it's using tools and it's searching and it's doing some things. And maybe a little confused. I think I might have somehow confused it with I think it tried to do some web searches. Maybe my Brave server broke or something, or the key expired and it got confused. But it decided that it could work, so it just went back to web fetch. So that's doing pretty good.
Yeah.
A lot better than almost a year ago what we had. I can't remember what I was using. I was using a Qwen variant in like the Klein plugin last year at Explorer. And man,
yeah,
we've come so far.
So far. Yeah. I think there was a Captain Wisterpause.
Oh yeah. We were talking about this before.
In there.
Yeah. Yeah. And it was adorable. He's grown up. He's a Captain Wisterpause is much bigger than what he used to be.
Yeah.
A year
but it is
later.
I mean, to your point, we talked about it a couple of weeks ago, but like, it is wild to think how far it's come in a year.
I mean, we didn't even have the concept of like a harness last year.
Right.
Like it was like too, like anytime I need like VS Code, I like fumble with it because I'm like, where's this, like where's VS Code? I don't use it anymore. Like,
right.
And that's something I used to do like all the time. Like it's just so it's been such a as we reflect on our times this past year, right before our another Explore. Man. But yeah. And then, before we even get to Vegas, and like it's like 2 weeks out, I don't know, a week and a half, I don't know. There'll be like 14 other model releases that happen.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yes. I mean, it's cool, and it's also, I think it is eye-opening because I mean, you think about just again like where we've come from and where we're headed. I mean, the half-life on this stuff is getting shorter and shorter by the day. Like with each new iteration that we see, 2 weeks from now, it's obsolete. Because we're moving on to something that's even greater, and so it's exciting times, but it's also scary because I mean, I also think about it and it's like, even a year ago, I'm not sure we would have thought about how much agents would be doing for us. And now you've got agents that are breaking their way out of, what are otherwise secure sandboxes, inside of some of these big providers.
Yeah. Well, if a year ago, Nick would have talked to this Nick, we'd have probably exchanged some words because it wouldn't be like, I'd used a lot of agents, right? And it took me a little while to be like, all right, let's give them the keys of the kingdom. Cause like, I'm lazy. I don't want to like, yeah. Hey, how about you go update all these things? And like, they're like, they're great at Bosch work. They're great at troubleshooting. Like just before this meeting, I'm like, hold on, Darin. It's rambling off some prompts. And I was like, oh, cool. All right. That guy's going to be busy for a while. So like, it's amazing where we are, and just it's an amazing time to be, and it's a great time for the app platform side, because it's like this tech is just sitting here, and it's like a perfect just plug right in, ready to go. Like these agents are just apps, and like they need all these tools, and like the if you can just make it really easy for them to deploy and run and get all these services, like the next step would be like, all right, like wire up my Tanzu MCP stuff and get the credentials in there. Like, all right, write this app and push it, and like done.
Yeah.
And like, start talking to it, and like, all right, go, or the app's broken. Like, I don't know, go figure it out. Like,
well, and I think that's really the next piece of it, right? Because you talk about how all the things that agents have the ability to do, and how much access do you want to give them, and at any given time, do you want to be able to revoke that access, and also maybe even control or scale back access. And I think we've all played with, different tooling, whether it's from Anthropic or OpenAI, specifically around, being able to go in and only allow specific access to tools or connectors that you're adding in. Well, at the enterprise level, now we're thinking about it from a standpoint too of, well, okay, if I've got an agent that needs access to a resource elsewhere, can it go through a catalog and actually pull its own access to that resource and go and request permissions to utilize that? And that's something you've got to be thinking about, and you've got to be thinking forward as we look toward what the future looks like for agents.
Yeah.
How do you do it securely?
Right. Well, then you talk about things like identity and like all that gets passed through, and like that's where you get like these are all just concept of like an app platform, right? Because again, it's like, oh, well, like where's the SSO? It's like, SSO is like, it's not a new thing. It's like you gotta like now it's like SSO for agents. Like, you gotta like permissions. Like an agent, it's like just another sort of like pseudo user permission type of thing.
And
so
shameless plug for the PaaS model, but like the beauty of the fact that Tanzu platform has so much of this built in for me is that I don't have to go build out all of this plumbing to get it to that point, so that an agent can do that, right? I can consume a lot of this directly from the platform as a service, directly from Tanzu platform, which removes a lot of the headache for me as a platform engineer, because I'm not having to go sit there and again go figure out how to piece this together so that it's able to provide developers, but also now agents, the ability and the freedom to go and consume these things on their own, while still being able to do it within the secured walled garden that I want to give them access to.
Yeah. And then too, obviously, like a lot of the customers I work with too are fully air gapped, right? So it's like, there's all this stuff's great and wonderful, but it's like, well, you want to do this in an enterprise that's air gapped, like really air gapped, like walking things through doors on USB stick air gapped. Like, good luck getting any of these tools. Like all these tools are just like assume that you're going to be connected on the internet. So like again, having something like Tanzu platform, you can deploy your agent into that environment and then have the models there. Then within that ecosystem, you can actually have that kind of similar, very close to experience that you get, like the tooling and things, and like those developers or those individuals who are like kind of in that, let's just say that data plane. Because if you don't deploy something like the whole kind of complete private cloud there, what are they doing? They're probably not have any of these tools in that environment, in that data set. And it's all just like before AI, like manual, like, typing out documents or whatever. Like it's all just, they don't have AI there. Right. So, and it's like, and there's a lot of companies are becoming more and more like, hey, like we should probably host these ourselves a little bit, or maybe not just send everything to these SaaS model providers that may just decide to become our competitor tomorrow, because we potentially, they say they won't train on our data with our enterprise contract, but like, who's to stop them if they actually did? Or what if they accidentally trained on them because their models accidentally, their agents accidentally escaped and did it themselves, right? Like it's like they're having containment issues. It's like, well, the one way to help at least mitigate some things is to control all your own stuff, right? But that's just obviously, not everyone is in that scope and that situation, but there's a lot of people there that, and I, you and I, we talk to customers like that all the time. And it's like they have good reasons why they're like that, and like they're all just trying to catch up here. So we're trying to make it easy for them too to get going. But it's kind of balancing this world that's just constantly changing with like some resemblance of enterprise stability, right, and security. So but it's I was just a quick little demo here. Like, if you don't forget about build packs, people, like they're pretty cool.
How did you go about building those? Did you utilize Codex, or did you utilize?
I use like the tools, all the tools, right?
Okay.
And like Codex, Anthropic, opencode. Like, I'm trying to use everything as best I can, and you just kind of like this great example of like, you can say, hey, like, the concept of a cloud Foundry build pack and a cloud native build pack are out there. You can whatever, like, it doesn't matter pretty much what you're using. You can go to pretty much any of these agents, be like, hey, like, I want to like look into investigate building a build pack for XYZ. Like, hey, it could be like our custom web thing. I don't know. Or it could be like, I got this old thing I need to run. Like, I don't want to run it like this. Like, I want to put it on the platform, but it's going to need a build pack for XYZ thing, that type of thing, you know, a random obscure thing that we have to take and we can't get rid of or something, or some custom thing that that's only ours, or some, you know, whatever you want to run, right? It could be this open code thing, right? And there's all these patterns out there. You say, hey, look at these patterns. Like, I want to build a build pack that does XYZ. And like, they'll go out there, do the research and start kind of scaffolding that together. And like, you know, a couple of maybe prompt iterations, you know, and kind of start forming up. And it helps, obviously, if you have a Tanzu platform or Cloud Foundry to use for it to, like, you know, deploy to you and figure out its own mistakes type of thing. But yeah, that's kind of like, you know, just a quick little aside of what to do. But yeah, it's super helpful for them to get an example of like, hey, this is something that's been around for years. It's like a common pattern. It's like industry standard, some would say, where, you know, you have multiple versions of build packs. It's like, you know, the cloud native build packs are part of the Cloud Foundry Foundation. Like, it's like an official like foundation thingy, like open source. I don't know, you know, whatever. There's some like it's a standard, right? And so there's documentation and you know, around all that to follow. And if you give them like concrete examples and, you know, like they have an end result they're looking for, they can usually pretty much adopt that pretty well. So it's not too crazy, I guess, so to speak. But now you gotta maintain it and patch it, and, you know, depending on what you're building, it could be something that needs to be updated like every day, because, you know, some of these things, like these harnesses, get updated very frequently, so you're not going to want to let that linger too long. So obviously, yeah, you're definitely going to, if you are building your own build packet, it's definitely something like you have to take account of the maintenance, and like you can't just build it once and just let it go. Like, you got to maintain that. You're maintaining that little stack, right, and all the bits in it of like the security stack as well. So, you know, that's something to not ignore, because obviously, if you forget to patch that, if you forget to maintain updates of that build pack, it's never going to get patched, because you know, you gotta do that. So, and obviously, and this is your time, Darin, to say you should patch frequently and often.
Patch patch. What do I say? Patch frequently, patch often, or no? Patch.
Yes.
Oh no. What do I say?
I don't know. You got to remember.
Patch early, patch often. Don't delay the patching. And I think, you know, but it goes back to, like, you know, when you think about enterprise support and you think about all the benefits of enterprise support, you know, we're releasing build packs, you know, and updates to build packs regularly, you know, because at the end of the day, as Nick, you just pointed out, like, all of these bits are changing frequently, and as more vulnerabilities and new CVEs are exposed into the wild, we obviously are staying ahead of that and trying to make sure that all of these things are patched, you know, so that customers can pull that down and know that, hey, without a shadow of a doubt, I know what the security posture of my apps are, because I've got the latest build packs that are sitting out there that are going out and building my apps, you know, and building my droplets in this case, you know, in many cases. So yeah, I think there's tremendous benefit there. But yeah, patch early, patch often. It's not worth delaying the patches because we're waiting for, you know, to see if something broke. I think we're past that point now. I think that was one of the things. I mean, I think about that just because, you know, when I was a VI admin, you know, when I was patching all the underlying servers and all the underlying, you know, SQL servers and SharePoint servers and like all the things that I would have to patch, you know, for our developers. Like, we would intentionally hold on patches at times because they're like, well, we need to see if it's a breaking change. Well, but if it's a breaking change, it doesn't change the fact that, like, hey, you've actually got, you know, potentially exploitable code that's sitting there today. You know, do you want that patched or do you not want that patched? And so I say patch early, because if it does break it, well, at least when you fix it, you know that I'm not in a compromised state now, you know, and then patch often. Yeah. Like, patch as frequently as we can. Don't wait on it.
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
Yeah. And I think
I'll get off my soapbox. I'm sorry.
No, I teed you up. It was great soapbox.
It was fun.
I think that's the thing too. It's like I've been in this specific zone of like app platform stuff for a while now, over a decade, right? And I knew the build pack was cool, but I never was like, I just had like this eureka moment with it a couple of weeks ago. Like, I was like, man, this is awesome. I was like, this is like what everybody needs right now, because it's like you can control, like, it's basically like it's like this is the level of control that everyone needs, and I kind of think like this area is going to be really interesting because we're gonna have some kind of balance, right? Like our systems are gonna have to be more dynamic and more responsive. And if you think about the level wide read state, like the operator level lever of like restaging all apps. Like if you update a build pack and you're like, well, this is really bad. Like we're just gonna press a button, restage, and like everyone's gonna get to the new build pack, and we're just gonna patch all these app stacks for everybody, right? And in terms of like
All at
there's
once.
a potentially real thing, right? That's awesome to have. And then like it's just
Mhm.
I feel like there's so many new things, like so many things like we could build off of that. Like it's just like
Yeah.
it's almost like we're just starting again with build packs. Like it's been out there, it's like kind of like I wouldn't say taken for granted, just like this rock solid technology. And it's just like, wow, this is like it solves so many problems of just like, hey, like I made this Docker container. Really, like my agent made this Docker container. I have no idea what's in it, but like it's cool. Let's run it, and I have no idea how to update or patch it, type of thing. So, it kind of helps solve some of that as well. So, good times.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
this became like a build pack security speech, but yeah, it's cool. Good
Yeah,
times.
no, I think it can't be emphasized enough. And dude, yeah, that was a cool demo. It was a fun one today. Too bad Qwen wasn't quite as functional as what we wanted it to be, but that's okay.
Well, I will
Hot
give
off
it
the
I'll give
presses.
it a pass. It had very little context, and it could very well be that like I broke my Brave API key on that MCP server because
Mm.
it gets used a lot, and that's my fault for not testing it. So,
That's okay.
I think I paid the bill. So it could also be that I ran out API credits, and
Yeah.
I just didn't reload it or something as well. So, yeah, it is what it is.
Indeed.
But yeah, I'm just happy that it responded at all,
Yeah.
because I was
Yeah.
like, I really hope this model loads, because I'd be kind of sad if I didn't get to load at all. And we had a whole session on it. Well, I am sure it'll be around for quite some time,
Mhm.
and we'll probably see a lot of derivatives of it and new cool fine tunes and things of that nature. So
Yeah.
but yeah, with that being said, I think we're coming up to probably the end of the show. Thanks for all you live viewers right now. Thanks for hanging around and hanging with us on a Friday afternoon, evening, or I guess it's probably afternoon for most people. Maybe
Mhm.
late evening or early afternoon. But yeah, well, obviously stay tuned. And if you like what we see here, I have sessions at VMware Explorer. If you're going to VMware Explorer, you should check those out.
I've
And
got one.
yeah, and Darin, I'm sure you do too. So
Yeah.
yeah, check
Yeah.
out look up our names, and if you're looking to fill up your register and learn more about what's going on, check
Yeah.
that
We've
out. And
got
then we also
there's a
go
lot of
ahead.
good sessions actually. I don't know if hopefully we can do kind of an explore preview CF weekly before we head out there in 2 weeks, but
Yeah.
there's a lot of really good sessions. Like as I was looking through the catalog, there's a few that I'm really excited about. There's one that Valentina and Kevin are doing specifically around security. There's one that Valentina and Eric Scales are doing, talking about just kind of managing your app estate at scale, which I think will be really good. Chris McClanahan and myself are doing one on building an infrastructure developers actually want to use over lunch. And, so just talking about how easy it is to get started and how easy it is to deploy it, especially if you're already an existing VCF customer. So like, there's some really good ones. I know you've got a handful that are going to be really, really good. I think you've got a tutorial that I think you're going to go through that's really, really good, right? Or kind of like
if you
a
want to see
tutorial.
a deep dive in pretty much everything I do on the show, it's a real deep dive on agents and Tanzu platform and learning how to get that going. And then also we have I have a code session. There's like a community session too, where I'm going to talk about
Nice.
some of the benchmarking project I've been working on too. So I'm excited about that. I got a lot of agents running on that project. Let me tell you, I'm burning tokens like nobody's business on that project. So hopefully that's going to be refreshed and ready to go. But I feel pretty good about it. So I think that was
and friend of the program, Keith Lee is going to be live and in person, which is pretty exciting.
Yeah.
We don't see him all that often, so it's good.
Every
It's
time,
good to have him there. Yeah.
And always like, hey, Keith, you're really
Yeah, I
tall.
know he's so much taller in person than what he looks when you see him virtually.
Yes, yeah. So yeah, we'll see Keith and Dan and all Tanzu friends will be around. Like, we're gonna track out. I wonder if are we getting playing cards? That's
Oh,
probably a
I don't
Cote
know.
question. I don't know.
That's probably a Cote question.
I'll
Yeah,
have to see if we make updates to tanzucards.com. But
that'd be cool.
yeah, that's still running, by the way. Yeah, I don't know. Just yeah, check out Explore, and also we have a Cloud Foundry Summit coming up not too long after Explore. So
Yeah.
I'm going to be going to Germany, I think, a couple weeks after Vegas. So it's gonna check that out, and I need to get my
Busy fall
panel
for you.
lined up. Yeah. So if you're wanting to come talk, we're definitely doing a show at the Cloud Foundry Summit in Heidelberg. So check that out. And if you're in that area, just it's a great time for the community. It's a multi-day event now. We've graduated. We were Summit. We went to day. We got the COVID. Everything got yeah. Now we're back to a full Summit again, multi-day conference. So and it's going to be a good time. So check that out. And if you're in the area and want to get all the Cloud Foundry scoop and catch up with people in the community, they'll all be there. So yeah, I think we've done a lot of as Cote says, bureaucracy. We'll probably wrap up here, but
Probably so.
Any more closing thoughts for our guests, Darin?
No, I don't think so for today. Good episode, and yeah, like I said, I'm looking forward to what's ahead. As you pointed out at the beginning, it's been an exhausting week. Been a lot of things going on. I still have at least another hour's worth of work on some slides ahead of me. But yeah, it's been good, and I'm excited for what's coming.
Yeah. I'm gonna be using Qwen and DeepSeek some more, and I'll see what I can do with my local AI and Tanzu platform. And I gotta tweak up a white paper or something, I think, too, after this. So
that doesn't need to happen.
Yeah. All right. Well, without further ado, we'll do our countdown and see y'all next time. 3, 2, 1. CFI.
Bye.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.